Are you serious? Are you serious? Very important information as it relates to, of course, yesterday's extraordinary events where Turkey shot a Russian airplane, a Russian warplane out of the sky that was flying along the Turkish-Syrian border. Turkey says that the plane crossed into their airspace. But if it did, according to Turkey, it was 3 seconds. Now I'm finding out that one of the two pilots has survived. He was rescued. The Russian airman claims there was no warnings at all from Turkey. A Russian airman who survived the downing of his plane says the Turkish jets did not issue any visual or radio warnings. And the captain, Konstantin Murakantin, said that he couldn't possibly have flown over into Turkish airspace because the crew knew the region like the back of their hand because they've been flying along that border a lot. Mr. Murakan was rescued early this morning by Russian and Syrian commandos and was speaking on television in a televised comments from a Russian airbase there in Syria. Now, Russia says that they're going to hit Turkey where it hurts. Russian news agencies RIA report that Russian deputies have submitted a bill to hold to account anyone who denies the Armenian genocide, which Turkey denies that there was ever an Armenian genocide because they, the Ottoman Empire, are the ones that did it. They denied that in 1915, the massacre constituted a genocide. It is believed it lasted until 1917, which of course led to 1.5 million Armenians being killed, a figure that Turkey totally disputes, saying it was more like 300 to 600,000, yet they still deny it was a genocide. Now, of course, you know, the Ottoman Empire came to an end in 1917. And that's when, of course, the land of Israel changed hands from the Ottoman Empire to the British Empire on the Balfour Mandate. Well, anyway, and then for 30 years, Israel, the land of Israel, was kind of like a no-man land, but it was kind of being supervised by the British Empire until, of course, after World War II, and the United Nations recognized it in November 29th of 1947. They recognized Israel as a non-voting member of the UN, and then on May the 14th, 1948, the United Nations unanimously, by the way, voted Israel as a nation and included them in the United Nations Charter. Although other nations in this world still do not recognize Israel as a nation. So what Russia's going to do is they're going to force the world to take another look at Turkey and say, look, these guys are still think they're in the Ottoman Empire age, and they're just backstabbing us. They're not part of the modern world, and they don't even recognize the genocide that took place in 1915 through 1917 of the Armenians, many of which were Armenian Christians. So this is a good point, and we'll keep an eye on what goes on here as the tensions rise in the Middle East, as Russia is in as Russia is in Syria, and has had one of its planes shot down, a warplane shot down by Turkey. And then when they sent the rescue helicopter, it was shot down by the Turkmen of Syria. And that killed one of the rescue team on the helicopter. And also 3 of their journalists were hit with a missile, basically, and it hit their car, wounding 3 Russian journalists. And one of their pilots was killed that was shot down by Turkey. So this is getting very intense. It's going to get worse. We're going to keep a close eye on it. I've got more information I'm going to bring out here in the next video that relates to this situation, showing you that tensions are rising. And President Barack Obama didn't do anybody any favors by basically saying, well, Turkey has a right to defend their border. But he never mentioned the fact they were shooting at the pilots as they were parachuting down. They blew up their rescue helicopter. All of these things is not what you do when you just sign an agreement. You're going to work together to slaughter ISIS or to wipe ISIS out or to eliminate ISIS. So, what's going on here? We're going to try to find all this out. I'll be right back in a few minutes. Don't miss today's live broadcast, 12 noon Eastern. It will be powerful. The Obama years, what has it done?